Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. It's a TGIF, folks. Let's make it a great one. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 207, Nasdaq's up 26, S&Ps are up 22, gold contract down $1.90, trading at $1,239 an ounce. Silver off 16 cents at $17.27 an ounce. Platinum up 12 bucks at $1,260 an ounce. Copper up a penny at $2.99 a pound. Light sweet crude flat at $82.84 a barrel. Bonds 10-year down 12 ticks at 127.21. 30-year off 18 at 142.27. King dollar up 189 ticks at 85.24. The euro's down 41 at 127. The yen is trading up 21 at 106.71. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? This is going to get really interesting here, folks, and this is why. So cash S&P, we're at 1883. We made it to 1898, and the bottom of the swing points from August 7th is the 1904 area to the 1960 area. Now, what's going to get really intriguing here is this. I suspect that we're going to make it up into that area. This is option expiration Friday. So the market has every right to do volume. Thus far, it hasn't done volume. We will get some volume in at the close, but thus far, you are setting up a B to a C of an ABC structure in the way down, and it's a monster. It's 199-point A to B structure. If you go over to the SPY and look at the SPY looks like it's almost set up to C. It's a tough call. I'm making the theoretical distinction that this is not the C. The reason being is that the market should be able to bounce more than one day. That's the reality. So we've done 165 million shares. You're going into 380 million shares. You're going into another 230 million shares. The SPY more than likely can probably bounce up to at least 191. We got to 189.75 today. Dow Industrials. What do you have with the Dow Industrials? We take a look at the Dow Industrials. What you have with the Dow Industrials is this. And so what I'll do here, we're going to go through the dailies and the weeklies, folks. Dow Industrials up 226 today. We are at 16,342. We've got to 16,427. What you have here, that's the level that I expect, it wants to get into and get into a little bit higher. So that correlation, the correlation between the August swing points and the S&P and where the Dow is into those swing points. So the Dow is saying that, the Dow should be able to bounce up to 16,000, even 700, somewhere around 700. So that's another 245 points away, 345 points away. Yeah. That'd be normal. Why? Because we went from 17,350 straight down to 15,855. NASDAQ composite. We go take a look at the composite. What we have with the composite is this. Composite is up 35 bucks today. We're at 42.53, and I suspect it's going to crawl somehow up to 43.21. So that's another 75 points. The A to B in the composite is a monster also. Your A point is 46.10, and your B point is 41.16. Yeah, so 46.10. Holy cow. Yeah, I was talking 500 points. So these A to B structures, folks, are just absolute monsters. Gold contract. What do we have with gold? Gold, they try to basically Friday. Working on gold, they couldn't do it. They were trying to hammer gold down. Intraday, it just didn't, it wouldn't hold. We had a low out here today of 12.32. You're at 12.38 right now, and what gold's doing, it's not backing off where it's trying to build cause to get back inside the larger range. The larger range in gold, folks, is the 12.42 area. You back down today with 100,000 contracts going into 258,000 contracts. So the back down is saying that gold wants to get into higher price. Oil, let's go take a look at the oil market. We have with oil out here. Oil right now is flat, and oil's, this is going to be wild. Oil's, you know, everyone's yapping that oil's going to bounce. It's going to bounce all right. I think it just did the bounce. Oil's going to be running down to $77, and right now we're at 82.84. The 10-year bond we have with the 10-year today has backed off 13 ticks, 1.8 million contracts, and that 1.8 million contracts, folks, is going against 4 million contracts. Bottom line, these bonds are basically building. If they're ever building another ABC structure up, it's going to be a monster, because the A point on this is 123 and your B is 130. That's insanity in the bond market, folks. But the bottom line, bonds are going higher. Yields are going lower. We take a look at the 30-year bond. We have with the 30-year. 30-year is backing down 470,000 contracts out here. That was after going topside with the 1.1 million contracts. If we do go look at the TLT, if you folks are trading the TLT out here, the equity structure, that's a classic also. What you have with this is that we're done 6.1 million shares and you're going against 37 million. That's on the daily. You take this and we put this on the weekly. What you're going to see on the weekly is that you've gone into the swing points with dramatically higher volume. On the week thus far, we've done 79 million going into a swing point that had 35 million, going into a swing point that had 19 million. Bonds want to basically get to higher price, lower yield. King Dollar. What do we have a King Dollar out here? King Dollar. She is backing off today. Whoops, no, she's going up today. King Dollar's doing a nice ABC structure on the way down. This is going to be wild watching this whole baby shake out. Why? Because what we had with King Dollar, expansion up was tremendous. We went from 79 up to 87. You back down. It's building cause right now to go break the lows that were established on Wednesday. That low is a high spike low at 84.52. I expect what we're going to see is King Dollar is going to run down to this 82.97 area. That will give the metals market more room to breathe and to get inside its higher range at the 12.42 area. 877-927-6648. Some of the high volume stocks, and thus far we have a low volume market out here. You get Facebook up 260. Let's see, Comcast is up $1. We have Halliburton up 169. In the energy sector, folks, just about every one of them are dead cat bounces. They're doing ABC structures on the way down. Real juice, though. You get Exxon up 40 cents. The Schlumberger is up 360. I think that was up $6, actually. So this is going to be a monster ABC down. Yeah, it was. So Schlumberger had traded. Oh, this is going to be sick. Schlumberger had traded up to $98. Now the baby's back at 94. Netflix, NFLX. Okay, you got to love this one. This is going to be a trip watching this whole thing shake out. Netflix is at 353. Intraday today, folks, what you had is that you had Mark Cuban come out saying that he felt Netflix was undervalued. He was buying Netflix. And intraday, what that did do is you can see where the push was. The push, he tweeted that out at 11:30 this morning. Netflix went from 342 up to 350. Gets up to 359. Right now, you're at 353. So check this out with Netflix, okay? So I want to walk through this because I can't wait to see how this shakes out. So Netflix is a personality stock. Netflix, my take on Netflix right now is that Netflix wants to basically trade down to $1.72. So we're at 354. It had, no doubt, it has supported 317, and it reached 331. But you came down here on a weekly. On a weekly, we've done 37 million shares. You're going into 51 million. You're going into 22 million. What I expect you're going to see it build more cars, get to lower price. Why? Because what is sticking out like a sore thumb is 172, number one. But that's Netflix also is a personality stock that loves to do that. When we get back, we're going to talk a little bit more about it because he was pumping it. There's no doubt about it. And he really doesn't even have that many shares. Dow Industrials right now up 265, NASDAQ up 42, S&Ps are up 30. We're going to be right back, folks.